Well, look at that. We're now 3 days, 3 hours, and a couple of minutes to the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. Well, 3 crucial days they will turn out to be for the candidates, even the electorate. For many of them, the narrative has taken a dramatic twist. What determining factors will play out this time? Will the people power be dominant in these elections? Good evening. A warm welcome to the program. I'm Chamberlain Oso. Well, security remains very vital in these elections. The agencies themselves say they will be up to it this time. They've spoken and they continue assuring Nigerians that they will be there for them for these elections. Fear not, go out there and vote, they seem to say almost all the time. But you know, as always, we'll make our rounds today with some of our correspondents who will bring us up to the minute about what's going on where they are. Look at the lineup of those who will be talking to us again today. Joy Odeyen will speak to us from Anambra, where she is, and then we'll have Peter Okonkwo from Edo State, and then we'll also go ahead and have just 2 of them actually. So, all right, we'll have to reduce it to 2. They will speak to us today about what's happening where they are. And then our social media platforms will be available for you to air your views tonight on the program. So this is how you do it. Just tweet. Any of those Twitter handles will do tonight. Yes, you could use any of those at Channels TV and or at Chamberlain also. But if you have any further comments or questions, you can drop us a line. Send us an email to that address, nigeria2015@channelstv.com. Well, you know, you can also send us pictures, as you did previously, through our Eyewitness platform. Just download the Channel TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their various platforms. So, when that is done, you'll see how you tap to show the Eyewitness menu. Some instructions will pop up. Just go ahead and follow through with all of them. Here's a panel of analysts tonight. Innocent Chugoma is the country representative of Ford Foundation. And then sitting beside him, we've got Captain Aliyu Omar, a retired captain and a security consultant he is now. So they will be from our studios here in Abuja, but in Lagos. From Abuja, we'll have Professor Chidi Odinkalu, the chairman and National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. So all of them will be speaking about the subject matter tonight. Let's take you through a memory lane of why or what we'll be talking about today. You do remember that some peace accords, several of them actually were signed in the build-up to the just concluded presidential elections, and now we're looking forward to the big weekend, the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. Turn to the screen now with me, if you will. Now, these 2 gentlemen led the way. They showed example of how things intend or should go when, on the 14th of January this year, they put pen to paper, signing a peace accord. Many at that time just thought, wow, what is this about? What's the intention of all of this? But you know, after this one that happened on that January 8th, the 26th of March, they did another one. And so this was as though they had to renew the previous one. But so many things happened between January and March, which we'll bring to you in just a moment. But let's go ahead and show you. So the president always said it, to many who care to listen, that his second-term ambition was not worth the blood of any Nigerian. He always told his party members, just ensure that you do what is right. Don't go and do anything untoward for me, because he had always said he was going to conduct free, fair, and credible elections to the best of their ability across several states, across the country, even with this most recent one. So thereafter, you also had the president-elect did also say any act of violence can only complicate the security challenges in the country and provide further justification to those who would want to exploit every situation to frustrate the democratic process. So he also dissuaded any would-be troublemaker who wanted to take advantage of anything whatsoever, perhaps hiding under the guise of party supporter or party loyalty to foment trouble. Both of them in this commentary and beyond did say, perish the thought if you had any of those. So, as though demonstrating what he had said, while the elections were concluded, a collation of results were going on before they were eventually announced. President Goodluck Jonathan, on the 31st of March, placed a call to the now president-elect, congratulating him on the outcome of the elections. And this was something, I mean, many had or have or continue to laud that singular action, saying, wow, that did so much with respect to calming frayed nerves. The president-elect said that much on that day. But then, you know, having set that example, the states, the ball was then in their court. And did they play? In Lagos, for instance, on the 9th of February, the APC candidates and the PDP candidates did sign a peace accord as well on how they intend to also follow the same line. Then Kaduna did the same thing. The APC and the PDP candidates also put pen to paper saying, look, followers, just listen. This is what we intend to do. We expect you to follow suit. It wasn't just them. Gombe also witnessed that. Both candidates also putting pen to paper and signing that peace accord. Then Ogun, it was their turn. They did likewise. And some other states, let's see some of them also. Taraba, Taraba, the PDP and the APC. Rivers, which many also continue to speak about, they also did sign the peace accord. Among 3 candidates, as a matter of fact, in this one. So they were not left out of the peace accord signing ceremony. But you know, not long ago, the National Human Rights Commission did eventually release what they tagged incidents of election violence across the country. They had a timeline though, and that was from the 3rd of December 2014 to the 31st of January 2015. So this incident of election violence during campaigns and elections showed that there were some unfortunate incidents. 28 deaths. 28 of them, they say. So this is a regional breakdown now. In the southwest of Oyo, Ogun, Lagos, Osun, Ondo, and Ekiti, you recorded this much. And then in the northwest, comprising of these states you see on the map, 11. Not exactly pleasant. And then in the northeast, you have 9, according to that report, that finding by NHRC. Then in the south-south, 8. So then you also now have that in the southeast, they recorded 2, but with a high rate of injuries, as a matter of fact. So from then to the southeast, you had in the north central, none, but with a high rate of injuries. That NHRC's report on campaigns and election was released. But you know, in 2015 as well, this election-related violence, over 60 separate incidents of election-related violence, again coming through from the NHRC on that one. So thereafter, in 2015, you have 22 states were affected, 58 persons killed overall, and thousands injured. Remember, that's in that incident of election violence during campaigns and election between the 3rd of January and that date when they released it. But then it wasn't just about 2015 alone. If you go back in time just a little bit, 2011, post-election violence, so much was predicated on that one. 943 persons were reported to have been killed. And so